Hi everybody, it's Lyle Finley Wild. True stories and testimonies. Well, uh, well, I got somebody asking me on the email, where did Eagle Labor Independence start? Well, I'll tell you where it started. I moved from Calgary, Alberta, and to Victoria. Well, lived in Saanich for a bit, and then I figured the person I moved there with, my roommate, we went and moved to Souk. We were in Souk for a while. And there was hardly anything happening for employment, and then all of a sudden I went to this temporary work agency and that. and I was asking them about some local work around town. Well, they found me something. So I ended up going to it, right? And it was a nighttime job. Just to watch a tear down. I was to be there on the tear down to the setup of the beginning of the setup of the place. Hardly anybody knew me in town, so it was a great gig. And that's when I was living on Otter Point, down by the secondhand store there, in downtown, and there was a house there, and we had the upper level. Well, I was doing during the daytime. I was getting bored, so I started this name, Eagle Labor Independent. I may had had about 1,000 business cards made up and everything, and if you had one of them, you'd know what the card looked like, the business cards and that, and I handed every one of them out to people that needed some odd jobs, labor work, right? Well, I got some calls here and there, and next thing you know, that's how the names got started. Oh, get a hold of that guy, Eagle Labor Independent. He's a really good worker, right, hard worker, and that, which I am, at the time. But I was still doing that tear down and watching the whole site at nighttime, eh? And it's the old Souk school, right? And I'm not to give out the guy's name who had the contract to tear out all the cedar out of there and put it all on a 40-foot semi-trailer. And the whole site, the whole time I was watching it, right? I was only to watch the gymnasium part. That's what I was paid for. But I did a favor for everybody else, because they needed somebody to watch their things that they're tearing out of that school. That's the junior high school there in Souk. So I said, okay, I'll do that, right? No, they're giving me extra things, anything I ever needed, just let them know. They'll set me up with a bunch of things, and right, okay, well, that's fine, right? All that ever went missing was about 8 2x4 cedars. That's all that went missing. Meanwhile, there's thousands of dollars of freaking other things that could have went missing, and just 8 pieces of 2x4 cedars went missing, eh? Oh, yeah. Well, one night, I had this dog, eh? It's a Bouvier lab, and they got good sense of smell. I'll show you a picture where, and name was Jazz, eh? And and she would just love coming out there with me to that nighttime to work, eh? She'd sleep, right? She had a good sense of smell. She could smell anything, eh? And that, so she and Bouviers, they're known for having a real good sense of smell, and she's part lab, so she's really friendly and outgoing and all that, eh? And yeah, so she'd always go with me at night, right? And yeah, just to keep me company and that, and Black Dog, you know. So, but I'll show you a picture. This is her with the I forget what, oh yeah, the hamster, right? And that's the only picture I've got of her, right? So I'll show you a picture of her, right? That's the only picture I've got of her, right? But she was a good dog, right? We did lots together. Right. So, and then, yeah, so we did that. I did that, and so that's where that name started, Eagle Labor Independent. Meanwhile, the lady that she says, yeah, hey, right on it. It's good what you're doing, right? Keep doing it, right? And I was on the tear down to just the beginning of the setup of the old Souk school. That's a true story and true testimony how that name, Eagle Labor Independent, got started on Vancouver Island. And yeah, so and then I moved from there. From after Sue, my dad said, "Well, so I moved from there to Nanaimo, in the central part of Vancouver Island. I continued on doing what I was doing, eh? Lo and behold, I wasn't aware that Nanaimo's the capital on the Vancouver Island. Victoria's the capital on Vancouver Island. No, Victoria. How's that work? Somebody told me this one time. Okay, Victoria's the capital BC, but on Vancouver Island, Victoria's like, that Nanaimo's the capital of Vancouver Island. Anyway, something like that, I can't remember. So yeah, and I kept on running that name, and this is before I even knew Becky and that. And I was on the out on the Parkway at Jinglepot and Mulstar. There, I was working there, helping with splitting wood and that, and clearing things. And I was given a camper to live in while I was helping out down there and all that. And I was a helper. The guy Bill, right? I was his helper to help him with doing things around there and that. And it was a legit thing, you know. And I split firewood, helped clear out some trails and that, and Oh, came time one day, they're putting the bypass in, they needed, we started getting, a petition going about having a sound barrier, right, cement sound barrier, and I met the white hats, and that, and the highways. They said if you can get it going, get people to sign in that community that they want it, then they'll put it up, and you only get one time, one shot doing that, eh? So I continued on. We continued on, a bunch of us. And I even went down towards where well, now you go down the Parkway in Nanaimo, right? Highway 19, the bypass of when you buy, anyways, and I've given true story and testimony about the bluffs there. Yeah, but that's as far as it went because that community in that area didn't want having that sound barrier there. Now they're wishing they did. Right? That's why there's no cement sound barrier on that stretch by the bluffs, because then you only got one shot and one shot only with those guys when they're developing it. So that's a true story and true testimony of how Eagle Labor Independent even played a part in helping that. But that's for me to share in that, and
Yeah, I'm doing. I'm on the phone.
okay, you can wait a second. I'm gonna be done here a minute, Rebecca.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so that's how that name was started, and still is, and still going. And did it for others as well as not just for myself. I never thought about myself because Mr. Others told me if you do it for other people, it'll last forever. Well, I says, okay, Mr. Others, I will make sure that I continue on doing what I was doing. And there was many people behind the scenes on things that I was involved in. You know, I just don't take the credit all myself. So, anyways, my wife, she's wanting to use the telephone, so I'm gonna cut it short on this true story and testimony. Lyle Signal. Lots of love. Big hugs, everybody. Lyle Finley Wild. I'll talk to you on the next video. Bye for now.